Tracy McElfresh, Tracy Sews here, Dayton, Ohio. I have a typical bridesmaid's dress, so I'm here with sewing tips in and around a minute of what you need to look for because this is something totally new that I've never seen before. Usually the lining is one layer and the outside is another layer. And so this is a new typical satin asymmetrical bridesmaid's dress. We get a lot of these. If you get one and it needs let out a bunch, it's not going to happen. They don't have any seams inside of them to let them out, because with satin, everything shows up on the outside, so they don't put a lot of seam allowance in there. But we're going to zoom up a little bit closer and give you a bird's eye view here of what's going on. So this dress has, like we said, the outer layer, but they have sewn the inner layer, the lining, to the dress. That means that you have to take it apart and cut each panel separately, and then you have to sew, and it has 4 panels, and you have to sew each one, hem it, and then you have to sew it back together. So this is something that is totally new. In the 20 years that I've been doing alterations, I have never seen anything. It is quick and easy for them to put it together that way, and it's actually called underlining. When the lining is sewn to the actual dress, that's called underlining. It gives the dress structure, but here it was just completely to make it very fast and easy. So after I finish sewing all of these sides up, because I've already hemmed them all, then I will be able to do the outer layer in one swoop and sew it all the way around. But I've allotted an hour for this dress, and I've already spent that picking out all of these stitches, so I'll have to rethink prices and just check each dress from now on to make sure that they're not going to start all coming like this, which that is a possibility. So if you don't know me, my name is Tracy McElfresh. I have a studio here inside of Rosewood Art Center. I teach here. I've been teaching here since 2014, and I run a large meetup group, the Dayton Garment Designer Meetup, where we do quarterly fabric swaps. We're on Facebook if you'd like to find us. I'm also serving on the Kettering Arts Council, so I serve the community and volunteer. I've made all my own clothes for 25 years. I recently started making pattern blocks for my clothing so that I don't have to use patterns anymore, but I still love vintage patterns. I collect them. I collect vintage sewing books. So in the 25 years that I've been making all my own clothing, I've learned a lot, so I try to give some good tips on here. If you have anything you'd like to learn about, just let me know in the comments. And you can find me on Instagram under Tracy Sews. I have an award-winning blog. I've won 3 Best Blog on the Planet awards for my sewing blog. So if you want to find that, you could just Google my name, look for my website, Tracy McElfresh. Tracy Sewing Studio is my actual business. And again, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook under just Tracy Sews if you'd like to see some of the things I made. So that's it. Tracy Sews. Thank you for watching, and bye.